Welcome to your weekly sales supercharge. So this week, what I want to talk with you about is how to magnetize new clients. And this is one of probably the most common questions that I get from my sales coaching clients is, how do I prospect? How do I generate more leads for myself? And look, there's a lot of different ways to do it, and we don't have time to cover all of it in today's video. But one thing that I wanted to share with you today is this idea of sharing more of your story in order to do that. And part of why this came up, I was doing an interview today, like as I record this, I was just doing an interview for the podcast that's going to come out next week, if you're watching this in real time, episode 109 with Jesse T. And he's someone is such an interesting background, but came from like the hardcore door-to-door direct sales environment, which I've done too. And we were both talking about how that model works, but that pushy, like hardcore didn't really align with him, and it never aligned with me either. And I know if you're watching this and if you're in my community, it probably doesn't align with you either. And so one of the things that he shared that's been really transformational for him, because he's now a wealth management advisor, owns his own firm, is part of what has drawn in the most clients is magnetizing them by being really clear on who they are, like to him taking the driver's seat in his own business to say, how many clients do I need at any given time to hit my financial goals? And then who do I want to work with? Like getting clear and specific about who those people are, and then magnetizing and drawing people in by sharing more of himself and sharing more of his story. And when you listen to the podcast next week, you're going to hear there are parts of his story that he was really scared to share. And when he did, though, when he was courageous enough to start sharing those, clients started being attracted and drawn in because they could relate. And so I just wanted to encourage you today, and this applies, obviously this is sometimes easier to do if you're an entrepreneur and running your own business, especially if what you sell is tied to your personal brand. But even if you're not, sharing more of yourself, sharing more of the behind the scenes, sharing even the thing that you don't think other people are going to like, that's a really powerful way to draw in your right clients. And one of the questions I often hear from my clients is, how do I overcome the fear of visibility? And if that's going on for you right now, a lot of times what that means is there's part of yourself or part of your story that you're ashamed of, that you're afraid to share. But what you'll find is that when you share it, when you step up and actually vocalize that part of you, it no longer owns you and you own it. And you're not meant to be for everyone. So we've got to get past that need for everyone to resonate with us. Your story, every challenge you've been through, everything that may feel shameful in your life or feel like something that you don't know if you want to share, that literally has happened so you can help other people overcome the same thing. And so I just want to really encourage you today, like, what is the part of yourself that you've been afraid to share? What is the part that you've given too much power? And what would be one step that you could take towards sharing more of that today? For me, when I finally started talking about having struggled with the eating disorder for 17 years and what that challenge was like, it was like all of a sudden it no longer owned me. And I found that the women who I serve now in my program, so many of them can relate, even if it wasn't that extreme. Body dysmorphia or critical self-talk, self-image. And these are, not women you would necessarily think struggled with that, but everyone has a story. Everyone has challenges they've been through. Most people aren't telling you about it, but by you stepping up and being visible and sharing your heart, you draw in and magnetize other clients to you, your perfect dream clients to you. And if you're in sales working for somebody else, you still need to build your personal brand. So what can you share from behind the scenes of your life on your stories? What can you share about what you're passionate about who you are? And you will literally start to magnetize and draw in those clients who are your soul tribe, your soul people who you're like, oh my gosh, I literally can't believe I get to work like this every day. So I encourage you today to take that one step in doing that. Definitely stay tuned on the podcast, because the episode, the conversation is going to be amazing. And of course, if I can do anything to help support you in stepping up, sharing your gifts, and then using those to create new clients and all the income and sales opportunities that you desire to really be that double blessing for you and for your clients, send me a DM and I'm more than happy to help. All right. I hope you enjoy. Share this video with a friend who you think could benefit. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.